సామాజికంగా అభివృద్ధి చెందాలంటే ఇరుగు పొరుగు అవసరం చాలా ముఖ్యం. వ్యక్తికైనా దేశానికైనా ఇదే సూత్రం వర్తిస్తుంది. అందుకే అగ్రరాజ్యం అమెరికా వేగంగా ఎదుగుతున్న ఆర్థిక శక్తి భారత్ వైపు దృష్టి సారించింది. ఆర్థిక రక్షణ రంగాలతో పాటు ఇతర అంశాల్లోనూ సహకార ఒప్పందాలు చేసుకునేందుకు ప్రయత్నిస్తోంది. ఇందుకోసం ఇరు దేశాల మధ్య భాగస్వామ్యాన్ని ద్వైపాక్షిక పెట్టుబడుల ఒప్పందంతో మార్చిన అమెరికా భారత్తో బంధమే భవిష్యత్తులో తమకు కీలకమని చెబుతోంది. దీనిపై ఒబామా సర్కారులోని దక్షిణ మధ్యాసియా వ్యవహారాల ప్రధాన ఉప సహాయ మంత్రి జెఫ్రీ ప్యాట్ ఈటీవీతో ప్రత్యేకంగా మాట్లాడారు. ఆ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఇప్పుడు చూద్దాం.
అంతర్జాతీయంగా నానాటికి మారుతున్న పరిస్థితుల దృష్ట్యా భారత్ అమెరికాల మధ్య మైత్రి బృందం మరింత దృఢమవుతోంది. రక్షణ, వాణిజ్య వ్యవహారాలతో పాటు ఇతర అంశాల్లోనూ రెండు దేశాల మధ్య సహకారం అవసరం అవుతుంది. అమెరికాలో భారతీయులపై పెరిగిపోతున్న దాడులు, ట్రైవాలీ యూనివర్సిటీ లాంటి ఘటనల మధ్య కొంత భారతీయులను కలవరపెడుతున్న ఘటనలు కూడా ఉన్నాయి. ఈ విషయాలన్నింటిపైన మనతో మాట్లాడడానికి దక్షిణ మధ్య ఆసియా వ్యవహారాలు చూసే సహాయ మంత్రి జెఫ్రీ ప్యాట్ మనతో ఉన్నారు. ఆయన అడిగి మరిన్ని విశేషాలు తెలుసుకుందాం. Hello, Mr. Pratt.
Good morning.
First of all, we'd like to know the Indo-US partnership came to a very interesting part that it was become a bilateral investment treaty. Would you explain on that?
Sure. Well, one of the things, when I look at the 20 years that I've been working on the U.S.-India relationship, the single thing that's changed most dramatically during that 20-year period has been the growth of our economic relationship, both in trade and investment terms. India's future prosperity is of critical importance to the United States. Likewise, for India, we are your most important trading partner. Investment has been growing in both directions, both Indian firms and companies investing in the United States and huge American companies investing here in India. This is something that my government strongly welcomes. The India government has welcomed as well. We've used mechanisms like the U.S.-India CEOs Forum to ensure that what we do in government is responsive to the hopes and the needs of the private sectors, because ultimately this is about creating an environment that will allow for economic growth. The bilateral investment treaty, on which we have begun technical talks, is one more piece in that larger mosaic of policies and frameworks intended to create an environment for economic growth between our two countries. We had a very successful initial round of technical negotiations. We'll have another one later this year. We believe that this will move ahead. Meanwhile, on the ground, companies are making their own decisions. India investment in the United States grew rapidly last year. U.S. investment in India likewise is expanding quickly. India is one of the largest overseas portfolios anywhere for our Overseas Private Investment Corporation. And the most important point, my government strongly supports this economic partnership because it's good for us and we believe it's good for you.
Apart from this strategic partnership is concerned, it is quite evident that in Asia, India is the bigger priority for the USA. And what kind of regional global impact can we foresee out of this partnership?
Let me answer that this way, and it's a very good question. I would start by noting, as President Obama and Secretary Clinton have talked about on a number of occasions now, the U.S. engagement with Asia will be of fundamental importance to our national interests in the years ahead. We are involved in a systematic effort to focus more thoroughly on the breadth of our political and economic interests across the Asia-Pacific region. Within that wider Asia-Pacific region, India is a key pillar. We view India as an Asian-Pacific nation, and we view the Indo-Pacific as a single strategic space which stretches from the Indian Ocean across through the Straits of Malacca. It's a very good partnership. It's one where our interests are similar, where our outlooks are similar, and where we can gain a lot by working together with each other, whether it is to maintain open markets, to ensure the open flow of goods, to ensure maritime security, to respond to disasters. We view India as a critical partner in Asia precisely because you are becoming more capable across the wider Asia-Pacific region, and you have an outlook and a set of interests which overwhelmingly corresponds with our own. So it's a very natural partnership, and it's one where At the government-to-government level, we've had really excellent discussions with all of your experts and at every level from the foreign ministers on down.
At this point, how do you perceive the growing strength of China in South Asian region?
Well, I think for both India and the United States, managing our relationship with China is a key ingredient of our wider strategy for engagement with the Asia Pacific. It's significant that when Secretary Clinton came to India in July and she spoke in Chennai, one of the proposals that she made in that speech was for a trilateral dialogue between China, India, and the United States. Neither of us are interested in containing China, because both of us have a strong interest in transparency and engagement and clarity about intentions and about outlooks, and preserving an openness and a transparency in our respective approaches to the region that avoids misunderstandings. For both India and the United States, China is a very important trading partner. China is also a very important power in Asia. So I think as you look out to the future of this Asia-Pacific century, working that three-sided relationship, Beijing, Delhi, Washington, is going to be increasingly important. And it's a relationship where India and the United States have a very good dialogue.
Apart from these economics and trade strategic partnerships, especially what are the areas would you like to share with India and between America and the US?
Almost any area of human endeavor. It's one of the most remarkable things about the US-India relationship is the breadth of issues on which we are engaged. Economics will be the most important. We also have an important security relationship because we have a similar outlook on the international system. We have a hugely important relationship in the areas of technology, education, global issues like climate change, issues of maritime security, issues of the global commons, how we manage cyberspace, how we ensure the security of outer space. Really, any area, any dimension of human interaction, the US-India relationship will be of fundamental importance. As India grows to become the third largest economy in the world by 2025, that economic growth is going to make India a more influential player on all of those different issues. And our goal is to be India's preferred partner, to have with Delhi a very clear understanding of India's concerns and aspirations, but most importantly, to be engaged at the grassroots level in places like Hyderabad and Chennai and Bangalore and Pune and Calcutta, the cities where the decisions that really affect these global issues are being made.